for just a moment. Or Philip, I guess, is back there doing that. Phil. Yeah, this response, this is very important meeting. We had an actual prayer meeting here in church this last Friday night, which was absolutely awesome. The presence of the Lord was strong, and people were being healed, and the prophetic words were coming forth. And I want to tell you something. We're not going to be able to do anything in life, either individually or as a church, if we do not pray. You must pray. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, then I will. And then he gives a litany of things that he will do for us on our behalf. So we want to make sure that we are a praying church. And a praying church will always prosper in its ways. So this, I want you to really keep on the front burners of your scheduling. And if you have an option to go bowling or to come and pray, take the prayer option this time. And I believe that you will find that the Lord will honor that in your life. Yes, go ahead, Joyce.
I forgot to just remind you all, if you are coming on Friday night, the 12th, to the American Heritage, and you are going to have pizza, there's a sign-up sheet out there. There's a cross out there on the table, like an American cross, to kind of catch your eye. And if you'll just sign up and let us know how many people are coming in your party, so we'll know how much. We're just trying to get a count for pizza. And also, if you're bringing children, if you could give us their ages and their names so that we'll know how to divide the classes up. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Joyce. As we were praying on Friday night, I told the group that was here in intercession about the little graphic that I saw on the way out of my house that night about this country and its particular condition that it was in. And Philip, if you put that graphic up there for 1 second. That's, of course, our president, and that's also the president of Apple Corporation. And what had happened is that what it was stated that the Apple Corporation, which sells the iPads and the iPhones everybody carries around and all that kind of stuff, the everythings, the Macs and all that, they have actually more money in their actual dollars in their account than the United States Treasury does. This is the first time in history this has ever happened, that a private company has actually more cash on hand than the United States Treasury does. Of course, it's in the billions of dollars, but the reality is that should never be that way. So we are, as a country, are on real tenuous grounds. It's desperate situations. You all know about the debt and the budget debates that are going on now. But our responsibility in that is not just to leave it up to technical minds, is to invoke the presence of the Holy Spirit in those talks, in those negotiations, and let the Lord speak into it. And hopefully, some of the men and women that are involved in this situation will actually hear from God. Do you know that you can pray for somebody and the Lord can speak to them at night in a dream? This has happened time and time again. That you offer up prayers to the Lord. You ask the Lord, Lord, you know, that rabbi that's walking around the streets in Jerusalem that doesn't know you, Lord, I pray for him that you visit him on his bed at night and tell him the truth about Messiah. And then all of a sudden you find out one of the guys in Israel tells you that a rabbi gave his life to the Lord. And it's an amazing, amazing thing that the Lord does if you have faith enough to pray. So we want to go in the context of supporting this country. This is the greatest nation on the earth without exception. But we cannot leave God and we cannot leave Israel behind in the greatness of this country. It's two of the prime reasons that we are as great as we are in this nation. So we want to continue to pray. We don't want to lose the momentum in prayer. And there are churches all over this nation who are saying the same thing to their people this morning. So I want you to really get behind that. And if you have a chance to pray corporately, always take it. Even if it's a sacrifice, always take an opportunity to pray corporately, and the Lord will bless you in all of that. All right, enough about that. I do want to say hello to Dominic and Anastasia, who are watching us from Orlando, Florida this morning. That's my son, Dominic, by the way. So God bless you all. And while we are preparing to open our Bibles to hear the word, we're going to dismiss our children to Children's Church. And I'm going to ask you to stand, if you will, at this time as well. And just turn around to one another and just hug somebody and greet someone, especially if you're new, because this is a new church, so you might run into somebody new. Introduce yourself to somebody.